And now, for a few quick announcements. It's that time of the year again, parishioners. It's time for the 5th annual Life or Death 5K Fun Run. Just as a quick reminder to some of you new parishioners out there, if you come in last, you will be sacrificed to Athreos. And all proceeds generated from this race will be going towards the Little Athreos Achievers and their upcoming zombie mission trip to Amonkhet. Be warned, parishioners, the Little Athreos Achievers are evil, vile little children. During last year's race, they poisoned one of the watering stations, killing over half the racers. If you see them near the watering station, don't drink the water. And remember, parishioners, keep those calf muscles stretched, and don't come in last. Welcome to the Church of Athreos. Have a seat, have a seat. Welcome to the Church of Athreos. Hope you're excited. Yeah, I hope you're ready for today's church service. Get the chat all closed out. We got some Ulamog. We can get behind that. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got Rally, we've got Fiend Hunter, Reprocess, Phyrexian Arena. Yeah, we're going to keep on this one. Pretty solid hand. But yes, welcome, welcome. Hopefully today's church service will be to your liking. That's what we always shoot for here at the Church of Athreos. Let's get the command zones a little bit more squared up. There we go. Yeah, we don't mind. We worship Athreos. We don't mind going against Ulamog. Little Eldrazi Titan over there. But yes, hope you're excited. Yeah, if you're not familiar with the Church of Athreos, this is kind of black-white aristocrats. Pretty fun. Let's see if our, well, not really necessarily full aristocrats. It's really just aristocrat value. That's kind of what we're going for with this deck, and just a lot of fun things to get up and running. So, and hope you're ready for that 5K. Make sure you keep those leg muscles stretched. Don't come in last. Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with being sacrificed to Athreos either, though. So if that's something you want to do, then you'll become an official member of the church by then. Let's go ahead and get the Godless Shrine down, and then let's go ahead and, not going to pay 2, we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. So we're playing Athreos, Church of Athreos. He is indestructible, our Lord and Savior Athreos. Devotion 7 turns into a creature. Then, whenever another creature you control dies, return it to our hand unless target opponent pays 3 life. Playing against Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. Whenever you cast him, exile up to 2 target permanents, or exile 2 permanents. He is indestructible, and then whenever he attacks, exile the top 20 cards of our library. Let's go ahead and get the command tower down. That way we're online to get down, where is it? Phyrexian Arena, and then, yeah, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. Yeah, so we covered Ulamog, covered Athreos. I think we're good. Sounds fun. Yeah, I always love coming up with those intros, so I hope you like them. And we got the Anvil. Exile the Electrostatic Plumber. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the Thespian stage down. Let's get the card dropper running. Let's get down Phyrexian Arena. Phyrexian Arena is awesome in this deck. It also adds that devotion to Athreos. So as soon as we get down to Athreos, we're already at 4 devotion. And then we can also get down Edgewalker's a really awesome draw. It's going to make our cleric spells cost one white and 1 black less. So yes, indeed. But yeah, so if you've ever listened to the podcast Welcome to Night Vale, that's very much my inspiration for the Church of Athreos videos intro. So, and if you haven't listened to Welcome to Night Vale, check it out, man. It's a really fun podcast. I enjoy listening to it. I actually started from the beginning, and I've been working my way up to get caught up on the show. So I'm probably about 15 episodes back. Let's go and draw a card off Phyrexian Arena. Draw in a Guildgate. Let's go ahead and get the Guildgate down. We do have another Cleric, and Fiend Hunter is going to cost 1 less. Let's go ahead and go. I think right now there's nothing we need to exile with Fiend Hunter. Let's go ahead and go Athreos. We can get that devotion online, and then we can get it to spots where we can kind of go beat sticks. And I'll kind of explain a little bit more what we got going on as far as the deck goes. But we do have Buried Alive and Reanimate. So when that Guildgate untaps, we may end up going for, well, we have to watch out for Ulamog. We need to see how much mana our opponent has over there. But we can definitely go for the Buried Alive, Reanimate. And we also have Rally the Ancestors to kind of get a little bit of an aristocrat style action up and running. And with Reprocess, we can sack our creatures, get them into the graveyard, draw those cards, and then have fun from there. So we'll see what we're going to target with Buried Alive. But yeah, welcome to Night Vale. Awesome podcast. It's about this, like, I would equate it to like a town next to, like in Roswell, Area 51. There's just a lot of paranormal stuff that happens, and it's all done in like an NPR style news outlet thing or something like that. I don't know. It's just fun. I love it. Definitely enjoy it. Okay, opponent got Memory Jar up and running. Each player is going to exile all cards from their hand, draw 7, then discard their hand, and then this is actually pretty good. We've got Tide Hollow, Cartel Aristocrat, Skurstag High Priest in the graveyard because we're going to get that Rally the Ancestors back, so we're going to be able to kind of bounce back from there. And let's see how much mana they've got. We're looking at 2 off Ancient Tomb, 3, looking at 4. That's going to be only 3 off the Mishra's Workshop for artifact spells, and they've got 2 on the Astral over there, so that's an extra 2 minutes. We're looking at 1, 2, and then Steel Hellkite. Destroy each non-land permanent. We will get Fiend Hunter back, so we can go for Fiend Hunter and kind of exile that Steel Hellkite if we want to stop them from destroying a bunch of stuff. So we kind of rally from there. Let's see what we need to do. Get the card off Phyrexian Arena, draw a Knight's Whisper, and then Bygone Bishop. What I think we want to do is, since we have Cartel Aristocrat in the graveyard, and I want to exile this this Hellkite, we're going to go ahead and go reanimate. I know it's not a juicy target, but we're going to go ahead and go reanimate on Cartel Aristocrat. We can pay that black. Mainly, we just need a sack outlet because we're going to cast Fiend Hunter. And then in response to that enter the battlefield trigger, we can sacrifice Fiend Hunter, get into the graveyard, and get a permanent exile clause. So let's go ahead and target the Steel Hellkite. Let's go and activate Cartel Aristocrat on the Fiend Hunter. That's going to go into the graveyard, and they're going to pay 3 if they want to bring it back. And then now the exile, bring that creature back to the battlefield, goes on the triggers, goes on the stack. Since there's no creature to return, we get a free exile because we sacrificed the Fiend Hunter. Let's go ahead and choose. We'll just choose blue. Why not? And then we're going to exile the Steel Hellkite. Yes, we're going to use that ability. Anything else we need to do? No, we're good. Let's go ahead and pass this turn. Okay, so we do lose Devotion for Athreos. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to have 6 Devotion, and then simply getting down the Edgewalker next turn and casting a cheaper Bygone Bishop. We'll be able to get that clue token. We can get we can get the Edgewalker down first, and then that should, if we hit the land, we'll be able to get down Bygone Bishop. But on a side note, if you want to become an official sacrificing member of the Church of Athreos, head over to MTGOTraders.com. That's where we have our welcome service, or church service. If you want to be sacrificed to Athreos, head on over there. And if you don't know, I'm making MTGOTraders started their own YouTube channel, and I'm making videos for them now. So be sure to hit the subscribe button for the MTGOTraders channel. I get out around 10 to 12 Modern or Commander videos a month. I'm on a real heavy Modern kick. I've got some cool decks. I've got Revolt Zoo out. I have some black-blue Thopter Weir coming out this week, I think. And then I'm working on a green-black Winding Constrictor style +1 counter deck, which is going to be coming out in a couple weeks. So pretty fun. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you get notifications. All right. I think anything else we need to do? Okay, now as far as next turn goes, we definitely want to hit the land drop. We can go Edgewalker and get down Bygone Bishop for cheaper. Simply getting down Edgewalker is going to allow us to have a Athreos turned online, and they are at 19, so swinging in with a 5/4 body that's indestructible is definitely something we can kind of get up and running. And as far as their energy goes for Aetherwork Marvels, they're a little low on energy. But as far as their mana count, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're at 8 mana, just a little bit away from Ulamog. And what just got activated right there? Oh, Sensei's Top, drawing a card. Okay. So they're at 8 mana, so we're a little bit away from Ulamog, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Oblivion Sower, exile the top 4 cards of our library. Since they are at 19, and we have a Sack Outlet and Cartel Aristocrat, and we have Rally the Ancestors, we can get into a spot to where we have Tide Hollow, Fiend Hunter coming back, Scourge Deck, High Priest, that's 1, 2, 3, so we may end up going for a little bit of Blood Artist action. Okay. And then we draw the Banisher Priest. Isolated Chapel. Good, we do have a swamp. Alright, so let's go ahead and, if we go Edgewalker, that's going to turn on Devotion for Athreos. Banisher Priest is going to exile the Oblivion Sower. And unfortunately, we can't do the same thing with Cartel Aristocrat. So let's go ahead and go... Anybody want to think? Ulamog comes in, they exile a couple permanents. We're going to need to leave that mana online for Rally the Ancestors. Let's go ahead and go Edgewalker. We're looking at colorless. And they're going to be able to get down Banisher Priest. And that's going to turn on Devotion. Let's go Banisher Priest. We're looking at white and 1 colorless. And we're going to exile that Oblivion Sower, and then we're going to be able to get in for 7. So we're going to exile the Sower. Let's go ahead and swing in. Coming in hot for 7. And then we also have Buried Alive. Alright, coming in for 7, drop down to 12, and then we still have Rally the Ancestors. We don't have a Blood Artist package in there right now. I mean, not a Blood Artist, excuse me one second. We don't have a Blood Artist or Zulaport in the graveyard, but we can go Buried Alive, put them in there, and then have a quick little Aristocrats. Kind of depends on what we're going on. They can cast Ulamog to exile a couple things. They might exile the Athreos to get rid of that Devotion coming in. But between Reprocess, Buried Alive, and Rally the Ancestors, hopefully we can kind of close it out with this damage coming in. Alright, let's see what they're tapping for. But yeah, this is why I enjoy playing this deck so much, is that you can just go, ooh, 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 ooh. Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. Okay, so they're going to be able to search your library for a card that costs 7 or more. More than likely, exile each permanent with converted mana cost extra less with more colors. So basically, 3 is going to wipe everything out. What we can do is we can start sacrificing the Edgewalkers, and hopefully they're not going to pay that life, and it's going to, well, they'll go back to their hand and we can recast them, but we can at least get the Banisher Priest coming back. Maybe they don't pay that life and they let it go to the graveyard because they don't want to deal with it again. But it would be a way for us to kind of find an answer for Ulamog because it has indestructible, so we can exile it in response to that. And they're going to be searching the library for a converted mana cost 7 or greater, so we'll see what they're going to search up. But yeah, the deck, you know, there's an aristocrat themed in here, but you can just go straight value sometimes with Athreos. You know, we've got Bygone Bishop, and a lot of the creatures in here are 3 or less, so you can start getting those clue tokens. What else? I mean, and then you can get stuff like Skirt Stack High Priest, where we're taking advantage of sacrificing our creatures to get some 5/5 demons. So pretty good. Exile each mana. Let's go ahead and start activating Ugin. Let's sacrifice the Edgewalker. See if they're going to pay 3. It's going to go back to our hand. We can sacrifice the Banisher Priest, and then they're going to get the Oblivion Sower back, enters the battlefield, or whenever you cast it, so they're not going to get that into the battlefield. And then let's go ahead and sacrifice the Banisher Priest. We can just rinse and repeat on that. And it's going to turn off Devotion for Athreos. It's going to get exiled, but it's going to go back to the back to the command zone, so we're okay with that. Let's go ahead and choose. We'll just choose white on this one. Choose blue on this one. And unfortunately, Ugin is colorless, so we're going to lose our sack outlet. So, but as far as creatures out of the graveyard, we have enough to bring a bunch of people back. We've got Banisher Priest, we've got Fiend Hunter, and we've got Tide Hollow Skull. So we can actually get into spots to where we don't have a sack outlet, but we can start exiling a bunch of their stuff, and we can do this at the end of their turn. So if they swing in with the Ulamog, we can get a nice little board state up and running. And we can even kind of limp out. If we hit the land drop for the turn, we can go Buried Alive and get some nice. We can find a sack out and a couple Blood Artist triggers to kind of close it out from there on a rally. So if we can just get through this turn, I think we'll be in a good spot. And actually, excuse me one sec. But yeah, this is easily one of my favorite Commander decks to play. I would play it more if it wasn't for the church intros. And they're just a ton of fun to come up with. Okay, Metalwork Colossus. All right, so next turn, we're looking at 3 up top from Ugin. That's going to put us down to 22. We're looking at 15 coming across, so we might be able to kind of squeeze this one out. Let's get Athreos back up. Ranger of Eos. Okay, so we've got 5 mana. Let's go Buried Alive. That way we can get that Aristocrat package in the graveyard. We're going to need that. And anything else we want to do for 2. We could Night's Whisper, but with Ugin dealing 3 and then the Metalwork Colossus coming in. Yeah, let's go and go for Buried Alive. It's going to be our out if we're going to have one. And then Ulamog, they can exile a couple of our permanents. Let's go ahead and let's grab Blood Artist. Let's grab Bloodthrone Vampire. Actually, let's grab, is Viscera Seer? No, Viscera Seer. Where is Viscera Seer? Mr. Human Heart. Creepy dude. Give me one, sorry. Well, I thought I had Viscera Seer. Maybe I accidentally left him out or something like that. Okay, so we got Blood Artist. We're gonna have Bloodthrone Vampires, our sack outlet. Anything else we want to bring out? Let's just go and grab a Zulaport. That way we have that redundancy. We're gonna be able to close it out either way. Hopefully, if we can get this rally up and running. And then, all right, so we're looking at 10 coming across. That's gonna put us down to 15. 5 coming across puts us down to 10. 2 from Ugin 3 from Ugin. Pretty sure it's 3. 3 from Ugin, yeah, it's going to put us down to 7. So, and then do we have Mishra's Workshop? Comes a 2/2. Yeah, we're not going to go for Night's Whisper, just because there's a few artifact creatures over there. I mean, not a few, but there's the Mishra's Factory. So we're just going to go and hold off, let that damage go through. Hopefully, we can get it, if we hit our land drop for the turn and they exile 2 of our lands, we can get into a spot to where, well, I want to make sure we hit the land drop. Let's kind of re-rack on that. So 3 up top. We're looking at 15, puts us down to 10. 2 from the Assembly Worker. Yeah, let's go and go Night's Whisper. We're going to choose us. That's going to put. I want to make sure we hit the land drop because if they exile 2 of our permanents, we need to make sure that we hit the land drop to go for Rally for 2. Okay, Rotlung and Demon of Dark Schemes. Okay, at least that's 2 cards out of the way. That's going to put us down to 23. Let's see what they're going to swing across for. But yeah, there's just and this is what makes the deck so much fun is that you can go aristocrats and you've got stuff like Ranger of Eos. In the library we had Dark Supplicant where you can sacrifice 3 clerics and find oh I cannot remember his name, but he's in the featured thumbnail on the art, so it's always fun doing that stuff. And yeah, it just leads to an interesting board state and a really fun game to be honest. Okay. See what they're going for. Ulamog's gonna come in, exile 2 of our lands. Hopefully we hit the land drop for the turn. That's what we're going for. Hit 2 of those. We did draw 2 to kind of get those out of the way. Other than that, we have no 1-drop creatures in our graveyard, so the magic number is definitely going to be hitting our land drop for the turn. Hopefully we hit it, and then we're going to be able to cast it and get a bunch of stuff coming out. Worst comes to worst, we can maybe get around it. We got Ugin swinging in, Metal Shop. See if we hit the land. Ancient Tomb, I will take that. Let's go and get that down. Let's go ahead and fire up. Oh, man. Talk about it. Man. I wanted this to resolve. Let's go ahead and go Rally the Ancestors, tapping for 1. Anything else they can do to us? Nope. And we'll go and tap for 2. Actually, we can just add 1. Well, actually, there's 3. So let's go ahead and add 2 mana. So Rally for 3. Oh, beautiful. I will take this. Puts us at 3. It's going to bring those creatures back, and then there's just we have the Zulaport and with the Bloodthrone, and we have a sack outlet, so we can just basically start sacking those creatures and then get the rally win from there. Thanks, man. All right, opponent scoops it up. Yeah, so we had Rally coming in. That was going to be Zulaport coming out, Bloodthrone coming, Blood Artist coming out, and the sack outlet with Bloodthrone Vampire. And then we had Skirtstag, High Priest, and a few other things to start set. We had 1, 2, yeah, so we had more than enough at 5 live to kind of close it out right there. So, all right, guys, if you enjoyed today's church service, be sure and like and subscribe. Thanks.